Dear Divine Presence, in this moment of stillness, I come before you with a heart that seeks clarity and strength. There is a gentle stirring within me, a whisper that beckons me toward a path yet unseen. I sense that this is not by chance, but a nudge from my guardian angels, guiding me toward truths I've long kept hidden. I acknowledge the restlessness that has taken root in my soul, a yearning for something more, something deeper. Despite the blessings that surround me, there's an ache, a feeling that a piece of the puzzle is missing. I've tried to silence this longing, convincing myself to be content, yet the desire for growth and alignment persists. I recognize that this inner turmoil is not a flaw but a signpost, directing me toward my purpose. It's a call to confront the truths I've avoided, to embrace the parts of myself I've kept in the shadows. Holding on to these unspoken truths has been exhausting, like trying to keep a beach ball submerged underwater. The effort to suppress them only amplifies the tension within. I understand now that releasing these truths is not an act of destruction but one of liberation. By acknowledging them, I make room for healing, for peace, for a life that resonates with authenticity. Even if fear accompanies this process, I trust that speaking my truth will lead to freedom. I am aware of the signs around me, repeating patterns, unexpected emotions, serendipitous encounters, all urging me to pay attention. These are not coincidences but messages from the universe, affirming that I am not alone on this journey. My guardian angels are by my side, offering guidance and support as I navigate this path. I accept that the road to purpose is not without challenges. It requires courage to face the unknown, to step into vulnerability, and to trust in the process. Yet, I also recognize the strength that lies within me, the resilience forged through past experiences, the wisdom gained from previous trials. As I stand at this crossroads, I choose to honor my growth. I give myself permission to prioritize my peace, to set boundaries that protect my well-being, and to make decisions that align with my true self. I understand that not everyone who re-enters my life deserves a place in this new chapter. I will discern with compassion, remembering that self-respect is a form of self-love. I acknowledge that it's okay to feel uncertain, to not have all the answers right now. I will listen to my intuition, to the quiet voice within that knows what I need. I will take my time, allowing clarity to emerge naturally, without pressure or guilt. I am grateful for the presence of my guardian angels, for their unwavering support and gentle guidance. I trust that they are leading me toward a life of alignment, where my dreams, gifts, and soul move in harmony. I am ready to embrace this journey, to step into the fullness of who I am meant to be. Thank you for the strength to face my truths, for the courage to release what no longer serves me, and for the peace that comes from living authentically. I am open to the blessings that await on the other side of this transformation. Have you felt a subtle unease lately, as if something inside of you is quietly urging you to move, to change, to shift, even if you can't quite name why? So that's no coincidence. There's a reason this message found you at this moment in your life. It's not just random. It's a calling, a sacred prompt from something greater than yourself, reminding you that your story is still unfolding and that there's more meant for you than what you've settled for. Your spirit is awakening to something deeper. That persistent tug in your chest, the thought that keeps resurfacing no matter how many times you push it aside. That's not noise. It's a signal. A quiet yet powerful reminder that there's a version of you you've yet to meet, and it's time to start becoming them. Sometimes it starts with a whisper, a moment of reflection, a glance at a life that doesn't feel quite right anymore. You may have ignored it, brushed it off, telling yourself you should just be grateful that nothing's really wrong. But gratitude doesn't cancel out the need for growth. It's possible to appreciate what you have and still feel called to more. That doesn't make you selfish. Makes you aware. There is something you haven't said. A truth, a thought, maybe even a dream that you've hidden. Not because it isn't real, but because it's scary. Admitting what you really want, who you really are, and what's no longer working can be terrifying. But burying it doesn't make it go away. In fact, it makes it heavier. You've probably felt the weight of that hidden truth. Maybe it shows up in your body as tension. Maybe in your mind as restlessness. It's exhausting to pretend, to maintain a version of life that doesn't fully reflect who you've become. That truth you're hiding. It's not your enemy. It's your invitation to freedom. Think of it this way. Every time you silence your intuition, you create distance between your present and your potential. But when you begin to acknowledge what you truly need, even quietly, something begins to unlock. That's what this moment is about. It's not about solving everything at once. It's about giving yourself permission to be honest. Honesty doesn't always look like bold declarations. Sometimes it's as small as admitting to yourself that something has changed, that you've changed, that what once fit now feels tight, outdated, or misaligned. And that's okay. Growth isn't a betrayal of your past. It's a sign that you're paying attention. You might be wondering, what if speaking this truth shifts things? What if it causes discomfort or disappointment? Might. But ask yourself, what's the cost of staying silent? Of living a version of your life where you can't breathe fully or speak freely? Fear may be loud, but your peace matters more. The signs have been all around you. Repeating patterns, unexpected emotions, little coincidences that feel too aligned to ignore. These aren't just moments. They're messages. Life is whispering, urging you to wake up to yourself, to stop performing and start existing in alignment. The longer you wait, the louder the nudge will grow. There's power in honoring your truth, even when your voice shakes, especially then. And no, you don't need all the answers today. You don't need to map the entire journey to take one honest step. That step might be a conversation, a decision, a change in direction. Or it might simply be choosing to stop hiding. Maybe you're carrying guilt for wanting more, for outgrowing roles, relationships, or routines. But growth doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've listened. And listening to yourself is the first step to respecting yourself. You're not asking too much for needing space to evolve. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to need different things now than you did before. And while you stand in this space, between what has been and what could be, remember, you're not alone. Your angels are walking with you, gently guiding you toward clarity. They're not demanding anything of you except honesty and trust. Trust in your timing. Trust in your feelings. Trust that you will know when it's time to act. Sometimes the act of letting go or stepping forward or choosing yourself is enough. It might not look dramatic. It might just be a quiet decision you make at 2 a.m. or a calm realization while driving. But those moments matter. They are sacred shifts in your story, where you stop waiting for permission and start leading with intention. There may be people who return from your past. Words of apology. Promises of change. And while forgiveness is powerful, remember this. Not everyone who finds their way back is meant to stay. Some people are lessons. Some are mirrors. And some are simply not meant to walk with you into your next season. The way someone shows up now should speak louder than how they disappeared then. You're not bitter for asking the hard questions. You're not wrong for protecting your peace. That's wisdom. That's healing. It's okay to say, I'm not the same person anymore. 'Cause you're not. You've survived what others didn't even notice. You've learned to rebuild in silence. And that resilience is your armor. So pause. Breathe. Let yourself feel whatever this brings up. Don't rush to fix or decide. You are allowed to say, I don't know yet, and let that be enough. Clarity will come, not from pressure but from peace. Not from outside voices, but from the quiet within you. Ask yourself, when you imagine saying the truth out loud, do you feel lighter? Do you feel peace? Or does the thought of staying the same make you shrink? Your body knows the answers your mind might still be wrestling with. Let it speak. And as you walk this road, one step, one truth, one decision at a time, remember that you are supported by forces unseen but deeply felt. You are never truly alone. The guidance is always available. The light is always near. Even if the path feels unclear, your courage to face yourself is already enough. There's a breakthrough waiting on the other side of your honesty. Don't fear it. Embrace it. You're not being asked to be perfect, just to be real. And so, may this moment be the one where you choose to trust your inner wisdom. May it be the beginning of a life that reflects your truest self. Not the version that pleases others or follows scripts, but the one that feels like home. You don't need to know exactly where this leads. Just begin. Let the rest unfold as you go. And remember, your angels are right there with you, cheering you on. Have you ever had a quiet feeling inside that something isn't quite right with where you are, even if everything on the surface seems okay? That tug inside you, that soft whisper that keeps showing up when you're alone, isn't something to ignore. It's not your imagination. It's your soul trying to speak to you. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a message meant for you, arriving exactly when it's supposed to. There's a reason you're here right now reading this. Something inside you is waking up, asking questions, craving more. Not more in a material sense, but more alignment, more purpose, more truth. You might not have words for it yet, but you've felt it. A quiet unrest, a persistent nudge that won't go away. And no matter how much you try to explain it away or distract yourself, it keeps returning. Sometimes as a thought, sometimes as a dream, sometimes as an ache. That's not random. That's your intuition gently nudging you toward something important. There's a version of you that you haven't fully stepped into yet. A part of you that wants to be seen, lived, and expressed more honestly. That version is not far away. It's already inside of you, quietly waiting for your permission to come forward. And the first step toward becoming that person is honesty. Raw, unfiltered honesty with yourself. Not to shame or punish you, but to free you. Is there something you haven't said out loud? A truth you've been carrying in silence? Maybe it's a dream you've buried under obligation, feeling you've downplayed out of fear, or a decision you've avoided because of what it might change. Whatever it is, it matters, holds weight because it's real. And continuing to carry it silently is only draining you. Imagine trying to hold a beach ball underwater. That's what suppressing your truth feels like. You can do it for a while, but it takes so much effort. Eventually it pushes back. The more you resist it, the more energy it takes from you. You don't need to carry that anymore. Even just acknowledging it quietly to yourself is powerful. That moment of truth, though small on the outside, can shift your entire world inside. It can be the beginning of something new. Something lighter, more authentic, and rooted in your real self. You may be scared of what could happen if you speak that truth, even just in your own mind. And that fear is valid. But here's something important to remember. Truth, when spoken with care and love, doesn't destroy, heals, doesn't burn everything down, it clears space. It opens doors that couldn't open while you were pretending. Maybe you've noticed signs, little echoes from the universe, repeated numbers, songs that feel like they're speaking directly to you, thoughts that pop into your mind out of nowhere. These aren't accidents. They're reminders that something greater is guiding you, that you're not alone in this process, even when it feels like it. The universe is not trying to pressure you. It's trying to prepare you. It's helping you create the conditions you need to say what's real, to choose what's right, and to let go of what's no longer true for you. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to rush. You don't have to overhaul your entire life in one day. You don't even have to tell anyone else right now. All you have to do is start being honest with yourself. That's enough for today. Because that honesty will ripple out. It will gently begin to change how you think, how you speak, and how you show up. And when the time is right, you'll know how to take the next step. Whether it's a conversation, a decision, a new beginning, or even a necessary ending, you'll know. And when that moment comes, you'll feel lighter. Your truth may be that you want something different, or that you've outgrown something you once prayed for. Maybe your truth is that you're no longer willing to pretend, to shrink, to settle. Whatever it is, you have the right to it. You don't need anyone else's approval to live a life that feels real to you. And no, this doesn't mean you're ungrateful. Doesn't mean you're selfish. Means you're evolving. Means you're listening to your own life. That's sacred. That's brave. You've survived things that tried to silence you. You've learned how to keep going even when no one noticed how hard it was. That strength is inside you now. And it's why you're ready for this next chapter. Everything you've walked through, the confusion, the waiting, the lessons, has prepared you for this. You're not behind. You're right on time. So take a breath. Feel the ground beneath you. And trust that the path ahead will appear, one step at a time, as you stay aligned with what's real. And know this. Your angels, your guides, your higher self, whatever you believe in, they're with you. They've seen every moment of doubt, every silent tear, every whispered prayer. They haven't given up on you. They're proud of how far you've come, even if you can't see it yet. Right now, they're simply asking you to be real, to trust yourself enough to stop hiding, to stop apologizing for wanting more, to stop pretending you're fine if you're not. You don't need to leap. Just take one honest step. And as you do, may peace rise up to meet you. May courage wrap around you like a warm wind. May clarity find you in the quiet spaces where truth begins. You're not broken. You're becoming. And the person you're becoming, they are powerful, clear, aligned, and finally free. Dear God, help me hear the quiet voice within me. Grant me the strength to face the truth I've buried, and the courage to step into the life my soul is longing for. Lift the weight I've carried in silence, and guide me gently toward peace, alignment, and purpose. Surround me with your grace as I take each step forward, trusting that I am not alone and I am ready. Amen.